Well, since I came here roughly around 3 months ago for the first time, Higger Tor seems to be one of the favoured places that I now like. I've been up here a few times now since, and I'm hoping this time I might actually get a sunrise. The cloud seems to be quite sparse, but there does seem to be quite a bit of mist in the valley. So I'm going to have a wander over to the rocks, see if I can't find a good location, and wait for the light to appear. I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to hear this because there's a lot of wind here at the moment, but I just wanted to show you some of the surroundings. There's quite a few good compositions here. I certainly like these stones over here. Oh, there's Steve, and if you look around, there's a lot of very nice shapes in the rocks. So I'm going to try to get this composition over to my left now. Here we are, and what I like about this is if we just walk in a little bit, you can see that the rocks form quite a nice natural frame around the lower part of the image, and then the path leads off into the distance, and the sun, if it actually does come up, should come up over there in around 20 minutes time. Right, I'm now set up. I've got the Fuji X-T2 camera that I'm using today. I've got the 16-55 lens on there, which is quite wide angle. Hopefully there's not too much wind noise on this at the moment, because it's really windy here. I've also got a neutral density graduated filter on the front. That's a 2-stop. It's the Lee 100mm system, and I'm using that because the sky's actually going to be quite bright, hopefully, if the sun ever comes up. We've got 10 minutes to go. I've also got a cable release on here, which will stop me having to touch the camera and introduce shake. So fingers crossed, we're going to get a bit of sun. Okay, I've turned now literally 90 degrees. I've still got the tripod on the same spot, and there's quite a good composition over to my shoulder here on my left. I'm not sure if it's going to work, but the colours for some reason in the ground look really intense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the big rock you can see just there to my left, and then we're going to see if we can't get quite a nice wide angle shot looking down into the valley. There's a good nicely shaped hill over there as well, so hopefully we'll get that in the frame. Okay, I'm still at the same location, and I decided to just get in a little bit closer into the rocks, and I think it's going to pay off because with the rocks in the foreground here, it's actually making for a stronger composition, and I can still frame the hill in the distance, and there's quite a bit of colour coming in the sky now, so if you'll excuse me, I just need to get on and shoot some. Right, the location I was shooting a minute ago was good, and looks like I've got a couple of shots. There's a bit of colour appearing in the sky now. It's very pastel shades, so it's going to take a bit of subtle processing afterwards, but I quite like this composition here with the rocks. Now I've moved over to this side because what's happening is the rocks are forming a peak like this, and the sky and the colour is forming right behind it, and it seems to give a curve coming down to that peak. Hopefully you'll see what I mean when I process the image, and hopefully I can get a good shot of it. So I've gone now to the Fuji 10-24 lens. I've got it at the wide end, probably around 12mm, and that's probably going to be about 16-18 in full frame, and hopefully the low cloud that's starting to appear will just blow over, and it's sending the sky a little bit grey on the, you know, with the colour behind it, and I don't like that. It looks almost like you've got a dirty sky, but hopefully that'll blow over and I'll get some good shots in a moment.